Hi guys, the video for the love channel. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, it's been so long. I haven't been on this channel forever. I'm kind of like, yo, what's the name of this channel again? Cause like, bro, like what? Um, what's the name of the channel? So like, Venus and Pluto. I was like, Pluto and Venus? Venus and Pluto. Hi, Venus and Pluto people. How are you? So it's been like 6 months or something like that. It's been like a minute since I've been on here. I did like 2 readings and I just like dipped. And I think it was because I kind of was like on the fence about a love channel, mainly because I've grown so much. And I think I'll talk about this in this video and then like do like the other love stuff like in the other video. So I started this channel because I wanted to explore love topics because it was like a really popular thing. But the interesting thing about me is that like I've had many cycles where I thought I would like stop reading like permanently, and because like you go through like phases with it, you get bored and shit like that, and you get tired of like answering and doing videos and stuff like that. Like you just get tired of it sometimes. And a lot of stuff has shifted for me in terms of my tarot practice. Like I really like reading more. If I'm going to do one-on-one or readings, I like to do them in person as opposed to online now. And I kind of also, if I'm going to read online, like to do a lot of collective energy, but not collective energy in the way that people generally do a collective reading. It's kind of like really big. I have a cat. Really big like energy of things I feel about certain countries or land masses or whatever, oceans and shit like that. But like that's where I wanted to go. And then another thing that has happened is that I'm still fucked up out here in these love streets. But like I think I just when I got into tarot, it was a lot about like relationships, and usually that's how you get into tarot. Very rarely have I found in watching someone that like they liked to read tarot just because they were intrigued. Like there are some people who are like, and usually they're the channels that are like very heavy into like learning about occult things in general. They're the ones that are very, there. I feel like people in general who do tarot, the mainstream ones that don't then go into any sort of like spiritual practice, like actual spiritual practice, they're very concerned with like love and relationships and stuff like that. And then the ones that are very toxic do the like who's your haters and shit like that. And I kind of like, why are you asking this? Like I love watching them sometimes, but I'm like, people whose channels are always like that, or you like stop by a channel and you're like, what the like who, I've said this before, who lives this like terribly that like all of this like random stuff is always happening to them. I'm like I'm just like so fascinated because I like commentary, like gossip channels sometimes. It's like a guilty pleasure, but you can't do that all the time, you know what I'm saying? And with a love channel, it's very easy, which is also why I like decided to kind of like pull back a little bit. It's very easy to get sucked into that like he said she said, or like these different like plot lines that people be going through with like their child's dad, their child's mom, baby mom situationships, sneaky links, mistresses, whatever. Like it's very easy to get into that, and I didn't want to do that. And also part of the reason why I named this channel Venus and Pluto is because my Pluto is in Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, Pluto generation. I'm a younger millennial, and then my Venus is in Taurus, and so they oppose, and then my moon is in Leo, for astrology people out there. So I have a lot of like push and pull about relationships in general, and the romantic relationships are not easy. Romance and romantic like thinking and situations are not easy for me. It takes a level of vulnerability that like none of those placements. The Venus in Taurus, you would think, but it's opposed Pluto and square my sun, square my moon. So it's kind of like even without the astrology, I could tell you the building relationship has not been easy for me in really a lot of regards outside of romantic, and it definitely has not come together yet when it comes to romance. And a lot of that has to do with like the journey of self-discovery and self-love that I've had to be on for a really long time. And I'll detail more of that in like another video, because this isn't the video for that. But you know, I got into tarot because of relationships and stuff like that. And so when you're starting to heal, plus I went through my Saturn return, or I'm going through my Saturn return, essentially I'll wrap it up by the time I leave my like master's program. So you know, like, and it's in the 7th house. Mine is in Pisces, my Saturn's in Pisces, and my 7th-ish house, because I don't do full house, my ascendant starts at 21 degrees, so I try and like follow that. I have Saturn in Pisces at the very beginning. So when Pluto like goes into Pisces, it's gonna be like, oh shit. But once Saturn went there, it was like all hell broke loose, and then Pluto in Aquarius, my grandmother died, like, there's a lot going on. So and my Lilith is in Pisces. My Lilith is at near the end. It's like 27 degrees. I'm not one of those mystical people that's at 0 or well, for my Saturn, technically, I don't think it's a degree in. I think it's like very early degrees in, if it is, but it's a retrograde one too. So it's a retrograde Saturn in Pisces. My Lilith is in Pisces. And then you know, it's kind of like iffy. A lot of stuff is iffy. So for me, like, vulnerability and openness for like any sort of relationship is like just not there. But as I've grown a little bit more and gotten a little bit more confident, and then like had some of the experiences that I had, I feel like I heal a lot of the reasons why I would watch love readings. And it's because, one, I've had direct experience with the people. So like, I've met them in person, I've talked to them, we've had disagreements, we've fallen out. Like, I've been a human being. And I think sometimes tarot, when it comes to the love space, keeps this person that you're inquiring about in a fantasy land. And usually people who are inquiring about people, it's like they fall into two camps. Either they're in this like random, I don't say random, that's so rude, but like random long distance relationship they've never met, but they've been online for like years, or they like have been admiring each other for like years from afar, or they're like this off again on again type deal. And as you heal, it's like your tolerance for that kind of stuff gets low, because it's like, if you like somebody, just let them know. If you are not interested, like, let somebody know. And then like the situations, I don't like being on channels where we're talking about this stuff and then they're like, yeah, because he needs to solve this stuff. And it's like, you guys, like, check in on these videos because you want to see. Like, I think there's a lot of like issues when it comes to watching love readings, because I know what it's like, because I used to watch a lot of love readings. That's how I got into this. I got into this because of a guy, and I'll detail that in another video. But I feel like this channel suffered as a result, because it's like I didn't want to talk about that stuff, and I didn't want to attract a crowd that was like on that wave, because I feel like I just have no tolerance. Like, if I say this is for people who are dealing with fresh people, and out of your mouth or out of your comment comes this idea that it's about you, so and so, I didn't set the intention for you. I set the intention for fresh energy, and I didn't want to deal with like people who like had their issues and they were trying to like just put their issues onto the thing or like their story onto it. And with love readings especially, it's very easy to put like these emotions in there. You know, all you gotta do is mention like cheating or they're sorry or they left or something like that. And then like the people who are, it's not broken, but it's like the people who like haven't processed that yet, they latch onto it. And I know what it's like because again, I latch onto it. And other things that I felt about that were, it was like affecting my mood. Like, I think I'm glad that some of the readers that I watch now, they literally like, just why let this fuck up your mood? Like, this is a tarot reading. Like, this isn't confirmed, right? So like, don't let it fuck up your day. But I used to let it fuck up my mood, and I would be thinking about stuff, and I make decisions based on this stuff. That worked out ultimately, but like also like, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, what? So that being said, I'm like, why is this like this? That being said, I personally just opted out to like do reading. Like, I opted out of doing readings for a while. Yeah. So I opted out of doing readings for a while. And yeah, like now I'm ready to like, yeah. I have my cat. Doesn't want to be picked up, but wants to interrupt. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am. So I'm going to come back. I think the first videos as I ease back into this channel, because I genuinely want to help. I think someone with my astrology would be able to help. Only because I have very difficult placements, and so a lot of the love journey I've had to deal with is like dealing with myself. And I think a lot of tarot people don't want to deal with themselves. They want to deal with like the other person, and I kind of wanted to build like a channel that was more about like you and love. And yeah, I'm gonna like try and like hold her, because we don't have a couch that we sit on for real, so I'm like trying to like hold her trying to hold her as she like aims. There she is. She just wants to sit on my thigh. My thigh's wide enough. But yeah, so I really want to like develop a channel where it like makes sense, and I don't want it to be like a channel that's a dumpster fire. So it took me a while, and again, going through those cycles of like whether or not I want to do this was like hard. It was like really hard. And yeah, like, so yeah, that is everything that I'm going to say in this video. But that's why I was gone for a really long time. I mean, I posted on my other channels because I have like several other channels, but this one really was one that was like an emotional labor type thing. And it was one where I feel like I had to be the clearest to actually do, versus the other ones I could do like content. I mean, the tarot reading obviously, but I feel like I know that this area of life is a sore spot for me, right? And there's a lot of other issues that come out of that, like childhood issues and stuff like that. But I know it's a sore issue for people, and I know that it's why so many people come to tarot. But I also knew that I didn't want to be like exploitative, whatever, about that kind of stuff. So yeah, I am going to do a few discussions. I do not want this to be a story time or like chit chat all the time video. But I will probably share decks on here that are dealing more with love, or where I feel like love. I might share more of all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Let me wrap this up because I got more ideas coming through. I'm like, okay, bye.